In this video, I'm going to be doing an unboxing, test, and review of this Jetson Bolt Pro e-bike that we picked up at our local Costco. Now, I'm going to be doing a series of videos on this bike. The video you're watching now is going to go more into a brief unboxing. We're going to go over the features of the bike, then we're going to test it and come up with our findings. I have another video, and I'll put a link to it in the description, and there'll be links throughout the video here that's going to go more into how to assemble the bike and get it ready for riding. So for today, let's just get this out of the box. Let's get it tested and see if this is something that's going to work for my family and for yours.
Pull it yet.
Does that have power?
Yep, it does.
Let's see. Give it a try.
Does it cook? I'm gonna try it out myself.
Well, I still have this for power. That thing's pretty fast. Hold this.
Alright.
Pull it. It's
Right,
out.
Levi, get out of the way.
Can I ride it again?
That thing is neat.
I think we're going to have to pick one of these up and do a review. So the kids are really excited. We're going to pick one of these up. We're going to do a review for you. Let's see how well this thing works. So we got it down here on the floor now, and we're going to go ahead and open this and let's see what's inside and what it's going to take to put it together so we can start using it. Are you ready, Levi?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Why don't you go ahead. Let's start with cutting these straps here. So we got everything taken out of the box. We got it out of the packaging, which by the way is very well packaged. Really impressed with the job that they do of making sure that there's no damage to these bikes in shipping. So however, what we have now, we have the main body of the bike. It's all set there and ready to go. It also comes with the seat, and we do have that. We also have both the pedals, and they're ready to go. We have the rear fender that we'll be installing, and then we have our charging cable. It comes with a couple of different wrenches, as well as it has an Allen wrench that comes with it. And we also have our two owner's manuals that are included, so we can go ahead and figure out how everything works on it. The kids are dying to give this thing a try out, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and start putting our accessories on and get it charged up. All right, so we got everything charged up on the bike. Levi's been dying to take this thing on its maiden voyage. Are you ready to go, Levi?
Pretty sure.
All right, man, let's see how it does. All right, now it's time for Luke to take it on a maiden voyage. All right, now it's Dad's turn to take this thing for a ride. Let's see how it does. This thing's actually a whole awful lot of fun and pretty good acceleration there. But let's get it out and actually do some real world trials with it. So let's go over some of the features of our Jetson Bolt Pro here. Now it has a 36 volt, 6 amp hour lithium ion battery, and that's a mouthful, but that powers up our 350 watt hub motor that's located here in the rear. Now it takes about 4 hours to give it a full charge, and they say it'll go up to 15 miles on that full charge, and that's going to vary a bit depending on the weight of the rider and the incline of the hills and whatnot of where you're riding. Now what I can tell you is Levi and I did an experiment yesterday, and we drove up and down our street, which is relatively flat. It does have a bit of an incline towards the end, but we went up and down our street and we actually did 49 trips before the battery died on this. I then took my vehicle and actually calculated the distance, and it's 0.3 miles. And so when you take that out at the 0.3 times 49, our bike actually did 14.7 miles. So I would have to say that that's a pretty accurate figure. And during that time, we also, about the half of it, we had the lights on, and so I'm sure that played into it as well. But that 15-mile figure is pretty darn accurate at this point, is something I would say. Now, if you do pedal assist, meaning you're using the power on the bike, but you're also pedaling along with it, it says you can get up to 30 miles on that, so that can help you out a bit too as you're riding it a bit around town. Now, it's able to accommodate riders up to 265 pounds, and I'm a pretty big guy, but I also had some friends and neighbors ride it that were bigger than me, and the bike did just fantastic for them as well. Now, up here on your handlebar, on the right-hand side, you have an indicator on your battery life, by the way, and there's 4 bars on there. And naturally, when you're at full 4 bars, that means your battery's at 100%. And then basically it breaks down 25% increments after that. So if you only have 3 bars, for example, then you're going to have somewhere between 50 and 75% power. 2 bars means you're going to be between 26 and 50% power, and then 1 bar means you're between 1 and 25% power. Now, what I can tell you, when I was driving it when the battery finally died, there's also a red light that will begin to flash on there when the battery gets really low. So that just helps you keep track of how you're doing in terms of your battery life. Now, it also has a cruise control feature on it, so once you get going and you're at the speed you would like, underneath your battery indicator over here is a button. You'll just press and hold that button for 1 second, and that turns on the cruise control. To turn off the cruise control, you'll press and hold that button for 1 second again, or it does have sensors built into your brakes up here on the front on your levers, so that when you activate your brakes, it will also deactivate your cruise control with it as well. Now, it does have 14-inch rubber tires on the front and rear, and those are mounted on a metal rim. Quite frankly, they're painted, so I can't tell you what the material is, but they are a metal rim. They're not plastic. And then mounted to those rims, we have 2 6-inch discs for our front and rear disc brakes, and they're ventilated discs. And I can tell you the braking on this thing is phenomenal. As we've gone up and down our steep hills here, we have had absolutely no problem whatsoever stopping this bike. It stops great. In fact, they grab so well, you're going to want to be a little bit careful when you first get your bike, because they grab really good. So just kind of get used to them before you go grabbing them really hard. Now, it does have a headlamp located up here on the front, and it's an LED headlamp, and it does great. It's super bright. And to turn it on, the same button that you use for your cruise control, you'll press that, hold it for 4 seconds, and that turns on your headlamp. If you want to turn it off, you press and hold it again for 4 seconds to turn it off. Now, on the back here is our rear light that you saw us install on here earlier. And it's got a button in the center of it, and all you do with that is you press that button once and it's going to come on solid. Press it again and it's going to give you a fast flash. Press it one more time, it's going to give you a slower flash, and then if you press it the 3rd time, that shuts the light off on there. Now, the kickstand that comes with it as well down here is really nice. It's well built, it's heavy duty. Quite frankly, I was really surprised with the quality of the kickstand. It was far better than something that I would have expected to come on a bike like this in this price range. Now, the bike also, by the way, as it's sitting here now, is 46.5 inches long, and it's 38.5 inches tall with the handlebar in the up position. Now, when you fold down the handlebar, it's going to reduce that to 23 inches tall, still 46.5 inches long. So that makes it easy for you to be able to throw it in the back of your car, throw it in the trunk, throw it in your SUV, carry it up the stairs into your office or your apartment, or store it in your house or your garage. It makes it easy to do. It does have the carrying handle located right here in the middle, and being at 41 pounds, it makes it pretty easy to be able to move this thing, transport it around, and store it. Now, the one thing that we thought that we would add to it, and it's been a great addition for us when we take it to the store and do things, is we just added on this little basket or this different cage here on the back, and it mounts onto our seat post, and that just kind of gives you some more options with the bike. Now, you could wear a backpack naturally. You could possibly find a basket to go in the front, but this stem here for the front handlebar is a bit thicker than normal. However, for the seat post, it's standard. So we were able to just mount our basket right up to the back. And I'll tell you what, that just gave us many more options and took our bike experience here to a whole new level. So this here's some of the features on it. Let's take it out. Let's take it for a ride one more time. And then let's go over some of the final thoughts on this, and let's see if it's something that's going to work for both us and you as well. One of the great things with this little bike is the fact that it's so easily transported in your vehicle, and it's just so portable. And we're visiting some friends of ours out in the country, and there's a lot of room out here and a lot of good country road, and I thought this would be a great place for us to test this thing out. So I'm going to put this thing together and let's go for a ride. I really like the pickup on this thing. It does really well. Now right now I'm actually kind of going down a long sloped driveway, and the dual disc brakes do really nice on this. In fact, you have to be a little careful with the brakes on this. If you hit them both too hard all at once, you're probably going to go flying off your e-bike. But now we're getting out onto the main road, and I'm going to really have a good chance on a more or less flat surface with a few hills to see how well this will do. Now that we're up and going, I can actually go ahead, and if I tap on my cruise control button once, I'm going to be in cruise mode. Now here, since I'm on a bit of a slope, I'm going to go ahead and give it a little bit of pedal assist, and the bike just takes right off again. And now that I'm on a level surface, I'll go back into my full electric mode.
Wow, this is so much fun. I can't believe how easily this rides. This thing throttles so nicely.
We're going up a long slopey hill right now, and you just pedal a little and it makes it so easy with this electric.
So what's our final thoughts when it comes to our Jetson Bolt Pro here? Well, I gotta say overall, we really like the bike. It's been a lot of fun. We've put probably 75 miles on the bike so far, and it's done great. We've had absolutely no problems with it. Now, there's a few things that they can improve with it. Quite frankly, the big thing that we noticed yesterday when riding it, for the long period of time when we were testing it, was it could have the seat be a bit more comfortable. If you're gonna go on some really long rides, you may wanna consider getting one of those seat cushions that you can add to these that have like either the memory foam or the gel, but so they could improve that. Now, earlier on in the video, I mentioned that they have an app that you can actually get for many of the Jetson products. Unfortunately, the app is not compatible with this bike, so you're not able to use it. So it would be nice if you could use the app with it. I wish they had a way to actually disable the bike, so when I park it, you can either take out a key or a chip or something like that, so the bike can't accidentally be activated or turned on by kids, or just have it be a security thing. So I wish it had that. I really would have liked to have seen them wire the light into the bike, the rear tail light, as opposed to having something that uses buttons and a battery. It would be nice that when you turned on the headlamp, it would just turn on the rear light, and you would have that option without having to go through and do the maintenance all the time with it. Other than that, I gotta say, we really like everything about the bike. The battery life on it is phenomenal. It got us the 15 miles on it, and so that you can't complain about that, especially for the cost of this bike. Now, the power of the bike is phenomenal. It takes me up the hills around here. We have some pretty steep hills. We've had no problems whatsoever. It's just done a fantastic job. It's portable. When you fold it down, it's easy to throw it in the car. It's easy to take it with you, take it in the house, take it in your office, take it in your dorm room, wherever you need to go. It makes it really easy to be able to do that. And now we can even take longer trips with it. So this is something I'm really going to recommend that you consider getting. And I'm telling you, at the price point they're offering it at, you just can't beat it. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. If it has, please do me a favor and hit that like button for me. Just lets YouTube know y'all appreciate my content. If you'd like to see more videos like this one in the future, hit that subscribe button and stick around here with me. As always, I appreciate you stopping by, and thanks for watching.